Hi, everybody. It's episode 623 of PodQuest.
Hey.
It is Wednesday, July 21st, 2026. I am Chris. With me is Druten.
Hello.
And Walnut.
Yeah, I'm here.
We're back. It's another week.
Yeah.
It rained real hard like 20 minutes ago.
It sure did.
With some pretty aggressive thunder there for a little bit, too. Is it just me? Or has the last 2 months been more thunderstorms than we've gotten cumulatively in a number of years?
It's been pretty stormy this year for sure.
Yeah, I don't remember us having nearly as many thunderstorms over the last 5 years as we have this year.
So, hurricane season is hitting hard apparently. And a lot of these storms are residual energy from hurricanes.
Isn't hurricane season next month?
Hurricane season is half the year.
I thought it ran August till November.
There are hurricanes hitting the Caribbean at the moment.
Okay.
Because somebody on my Discord got stuck down in Puerto Rico, I believe, for an extra 3 days because they couldn't get back to the because they couldn't get a flight back because of a hurricane.
Oh, that
okay.
sucks.
So apparently, officially, it runs June through November, but the peak of activity is the August to October stretch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess, there's Tropical Storm Bertha right now, so I guess that one other named storm already, second one.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's weird, there just haven't, I don't remember this many thunderstorms in the last few years.
No,
and it's just every week there's 3 days of thunderstorms right now.
Yeah, we've been getting hit, and I thought it was summer storms, but no, it's hurricane storms. It's residual hurricanes, probably mixing with summer storms. I think also, isn't there some sort of El Nino event going on right now?
You know what? I think it is El Nino this year.
A lot of this, there's a lot of things just all mixing into one that are causing these issues, and these storms are crazy, man. They're nuts. And they come and go out of nowhere. But honestly, as crazy as they are, with how heavy they are, we haven't actually had as crazy weather as we have had in the past. But I know, my buddy lives up in North Jersey. His parents' basement flooded and stuff, and New York's getting hit hard. I know Philly actually got hit hard. Was it last week or something like that?
Well, it was, I think it was a couple weeks ago. There was just the one little area that got hit.
Yeah.
In West Philly.
Yeah.
And 2 microbursts or whatever it was.
Yeah, completely flooded. Had cars floating basically, how much it flooded and shit like that. It was wild. But we're getting hit, but just not as bad as those microburst areas are.
Yeah, because I was in Philly at the time, and where I was in Philly, barely rained that day. But then woke up to the news. Oh shit! There was flooding and a whole bunch of trees down in Philly.
It was the day of the 200th anniversary of the bridge, or 100-year anniversary of the bridge, or whatever.
Right.
That was the day just storms came out of nowhere. Was that last Saturday? Not this past Saturday before, I think. Yeah. But yeah, it's been nuts. It's been nuts. This weather, I love it though, but it's just been crazy. It's keeping the temperature low enough to where I'm not too worried about my electric bill, but I'm still worried about my electric bill to an extent.
Yeah. Yeah, at least all this rain this week and everything, it's keeping the temperature on the lower side.
Yeah.
Especially after we had those couple of weeks where it was 102.
Yeah, exactly.
But enough about the weather. What's on the agenda?
On the agenda, we all should have watched Batman Mask of the Phantasm. And then, Cobb, you played a bunch of demos from games showed on the Summer Games Fest, I believe.
Yeah.
Drew, you went to a concert, 2 concerts. You saw at least 2 bands. You saw at least 2 bands. So, and I checked out the Gluten Free Expo.
I forgot to put on there under Drew's. I also saw Weird Al this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Man, Drew and Cobb both went to concerts. We'll say that. Do you need me to do it clean so you can edit it over?
No, I'm not going to edit it. Are you out of your mind? It takes effort.
Please, of course. But before we get into any of that, I did release a video on Saturday about a topic, and no one's seen it. Obviously, it's very uncommon. It's very common for no one to see my vlog videos on Saturdays. But there's a thing going around on the internet that I learned about last week that I need to get your opinions on real quick.
Is it
So,
twerking? Because that's been
no,
around for a while.
no. Twerking is not an internet thing. That's a dance thing. That's not something people do specifically on the internet.
Are you sure?
Yes, that's people go and dance at clubs and they twerk. This is so. I'll start it with, we all know what LARPing is, correct? Live action role play.
Mhm.
It's where like you go out and like you could pretend to be in, like, it's fantasy LARPing, or there could be sci-fi LARPing. You go out into fields, you pretend to be fantasy people and whatnot and do fun things. Role models, that movie. Then we all know what like a VTuber is, and whatnot, a PNG tuber. They're like streamers, content creators that use like an image to cover up their self to play sort of a character. Well, now I recently learned of LARPTubing. What do you think LARPTubing is?
I will excuse myself because I saw the thing that led to probably what you're talking about. So,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Cobbs, you're not on the internet as much as me
Sorry,
and Joe are.
I swallowed weird. I assume it has to do with like YouTubers doing LARP.
So please explain to me the best way you can what a LARPTuber would be doing, based on the context I give you as to what LARPing is and a tuber.
Doing LARPing for videos, like pretending to be somebody else in their content.
Okay. There you go. Yep.
Kind of. So there's some known LARPTubers, and I think I made up a few in my video. So like Jacksepticeye LARP, or LARPreplier, or PewDieLARP. They're people pretending to be actual named.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
so uncomfortable. And so there's a whole big story going out right now that like kind of resolved itself, where there was a LARPTuber who was going by the name TechnoLARP, who was making content LARPing as a creator known as Technoblade. Technoblade died in 2022.
Yeah, that's weird. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Like it's one excuse me, jeez. It's one thing like if it was literally like, and like people do this, like that's basically what like VTubers are. Is like people pretending to not be themselves for their content. Like but they're putting on like a thing, but this is just this is weird.
Yeah,
like VTubers aren't weird. Like people putting on like a shtick for like their content isn't weird. Like doing a character, unless they're a douchebag like Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
But like,
oh, I'm sure there's a LARP Disrespect or a Dr. LARP Respect or some shit like that. I'm sure.
I don't know about that.
Look,
would I be surprised if there wasn't, or if there was? No. Do I think there is? I'd kind of be surprised at how canceled has been that no one's trying to make money off that.
But yeah, it's like, look, so the TechnoLARP stuff has resolved itself. He's no longer being TechnoLARP. He's gonna start making. He's stopped that channel. I believe he's hopefully turning off monetization on that channel. He's completely removing that channel and he's creating a new channel, or he's like changing up his channel and not going to be TechnoLARP anymore, but he might still hold on to the followers, which, you know, that's fine, whatever. But like that whole situation has like for the most part resolved itself. But it's such like, so when I was making my video, I was like, it's very parasocial to pretend to be somebody else. Like, it's one thing to be a VTuber and be like, hey, here's my persona, my character persona. I think it's weirder when people decide to be a VTuber of, like, an actual known character out in the world. That's probably more along the lines of LARPtubing, and that's just weird to pretend to be, say, like I don't know, pick Danny Phantom. You're actually not the creator Danny Phantom, but the character Danny Phantom from Danny Phantom of Nickelodeon fame. Yes, there's two people known as Danny Phantom on the internet.
I only knew the old cartoon on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, there's a content creator. I believe he's like DannyPhantom.exe is his name. He's a really cool creator. I like him. He's a cool creator. But like it is just like pretending to be a celebrity to pull views. It's one thing to be like, oh, I'm inspired by these people to make similar videos, and another to be like, I'm inspired by these people to pretend to be these people.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's no like wool being pulled over people's eyes. Like like their names are like LARPreplier, TechnoLARP. Like it's known that they're not actually that person, but to pretend to be that person, that's just like, that's so uncomfortable. Make your own content.
Yeah, like it. I don't like it.
I think it's like, it is a step above making AI content because you're just like, you're kind of
It's
just
still unoriginal. Like
exactly. That's what it is. It's you're trying to get the entrails of other creators and like the bits and pieces of other creators. It's like it like I use like I love there's a content creator called Glock 9 who does a lot of 7 Days to Die content. There's like City Planner Plays who does City Skylines content. I'm like, I like the way they do stuff that I wouldn't mind like doing it similar. Like how City Planner, and when he makes content, he makes a whole story about his city and all the whole like bureaucratic red tape that goes through doing the building before he actually does the building. I'm like, I like that. I wish I knew well enough on this shit to be able to do something similar, but he's an actual city planner, so he knows his stuff very well. But he like creates a story for his stuff, and I'm like, I like that. I would want to do something similar. I just don't have really the time to edit, or not edit, to write the story. But the way Glock 9 does his things, I'm like, it's really good filming and play style. I'm pretty much that's how I do it, but I'm being me. I'm not being him. It's just, so weird. It's so weird. And I just wanted to, like, more people need to know about LARP tubing and how weird it is.
I wish I didn't know more about it, if I'm being honest.
The world needs to, like, call this shit out and be like, guys, this is just weird and uncomfortable. Like, stop trying to be Jacksepticeye LARP and just be Joe. Like, just be yourself. Don't be someone else.
I mean, it sounds like their self kind of sucks. So
it could be. But yeah, that's it. That's all.
That's fair. What did you guys think of Batman: Mask of the Phantasm?
I'm gonna be honest. It didn't really hold my interest.
Yeah.
Like
it was not as good as just the animated series.
Yeah, I think it was like it felt a little too disconnected within itself.
I don't think it did a good job of the dual timelines.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I felt that was kind of unnecessary.
Like I think the dual timelines could have been fine. I just don't think they nailed that part of it.
No, the
'Cause
execution of it.
It made sense to have dual timelines to kind of show. So it was basically showing Batman Year One, like their
Right.
animated series Batman Year One, versus like a Batman 10 years later, like prime Batman. And like that's cool. And I like the Phantasm as like a like anti-hero villain sort of thing. And it's weird. Like I like the animated series Joker, but I feel like was a movie where the Joker just ending up being the villain in the end was kind of like, oh well, this would have actually been better if it was just the Phantasm.
It was too shoehorned in. Like it was forced.
And like
it was
so
forced in.
This movie was the first one released in theaters, and actually the only one until Killing Joke. So like DC has had all those animated movies over the years, and like some of them were actually really good. Like a lot of the Batman Superman ones from like the mid to late 2000s are like legitimately good animated movies of like those characters.
Mm-hmm.
But they were all direct to DVD and stuff like that because this movie actually did not do well in theaters.
No, it did very poorly from what I saw.
Yeah, it ended up becoming popular on home media release because like the animated series was popular, but it was popular as a TV series, not a movie series. And like I said, we talked about last week, the episode Heart of Ice either won the Emmy or was nominated for an Emmy. Like the series is really well done. This just seemed like, they tried to do a little too much with 80 minutes or however long it was.
It was like 77 minutes or some shit like that.
Yeah. I mean like the cast was still good. Like Kevin Conroy is still the best Batman. Like but yeah, it's I had seen that movie once years and years and years ago, and I didn't really remember it. And like, yeah, it's not as good as the animated series. It's still like a well done movie, but just not as good as the animated series.
Yeah, it was a little too slow paced. Like it was nice to see.
There wasn't a lot of Batman.
Well, I mean it was because they did that mixed storyline, like some of the Batman you saw was Batman, pretty Batman. It was, but yeah, it was so even like I caught myself going on my phone throughout like the like last 20 or so minutes of the movie when like it got good, because I was just already kind of bored. And it just didn't click. I was like, this is like I I don't tend to like hate when like I can tell who the villain is by the end of the movie before you even find out. Like generally it's like, all right, well, let's figure out how we get there, and that's the exciting part. But like as soon as they introduced her, I was like, oh, she's a phantasm.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, all right, well, like
To be
she's a
fair, like
phantasm.
this was for children.
It was, but also it was very adult.
I mean, these sort of cartoons in the 90s, like they weren't as dumbed down as stuff is now. Like even look at like a lot of the Nicktoon stuff. There's a lot of adult jokes in there that just went over our heads as children.
Yeah. It was weird to make like Bruce seemingly like it showed that he was like kind of like held to some sort of agreement with his parents or some shit, and like he's doing like obviously he's always been Batman to like clean up Gotham and avenge his parents, but like at one point he's like, I either need to be Batman or be Bruce kind of situation. Like he didn't, that's not an actual exact quote, but like he's at his parents' gravestone like, give me a sign to not be Batman anymore.
Well, because like to in his mind, like, and I think this was actually more prominent in the animated series, like he was Batman because of a vow he made to basically the memory of his parents.
So like maybe that would hit more if I had like remembered that and known that as much. But I was just like, that's a weird, like Batman, I don't feel like that would be a situation that Batman would deal with. I don't think Bruce Wayne would worry about that.
Batman 30 years ago, also very different than Batman, like modern Batman.
Yeah.
Even comic book Batman. Like Batman is so different in modern comics than he was in the 80s and 90s.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like they should have just kept with, instead of the Joker being the final villain in the final fight, it should have been Batman and the Phantasm fighting against each other with Batman protecting this criminal. Like one of the, like the last of the gangsters that needed to die. It should have been Batman protecting like just a random gangster. It would have been a much better end sequence fight. Like I feel like part of the inclusion of Joker was just to get Mark Hamill and to get the Joker in there.
I don't know how popular he was at this point, because this was between seasons 1 and 2, I believe. So like I don't know that he was like as like central to that role as like he is now. I'm wondering if it was more of a, they needed to make the girl that Bruce was in love with less of a villain by like bringing in an actual like recognizable Batman villain, and like the Joker is the most recognizable Batman villain.
Maybe I don't know. I feel like that might be a little bit of a. I feel like that's more of a stretch than what I'm saying. Like the idea that like, oh, this new character is supposed to be an anti-hero, but like who knows if like the term and idea of anti-hero was around in the early 90s.
I mean, like the Punisher already existed.
Yeah.
But like Punisher's been around since the 70s.
Yeah, true. But like to incorporate this, like, because she is an anti-hero, even though she's the villain, she's an anti-hero. Like she's the basically the first Red Hood, if Red Hood wasn't around at this point, because I think the
Red Hood didn't get introduced until the 2000s. Jason Todd is dead right
now. Jason Todd like didn't.
At least right? the vigilante Red Hood that is like that is Jason Todd does not get introduced until the mid 2000s. Yeah. Because Jason was killed in the 80s. Like that was Death in the Family was readers voting to kill Jason Todd. Yeah. And then he's resurrected 20 some odd years later when one of the evil Superboys like punches a hole in reality or something silly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like this character was like the origin in a sense, or like the first kind of a Red Hood, where it's like, I'm going to do good, at least in the Batman universe. I'm going to do good, but I'm going to kill people. I'm going to do good by killing the bad guy. And like, I will say, the first kill, that's not on the Phantasm. That guy drove off that building himself. Second kill definitely was the Phantasm. The first kill wasn't the Phantasm. She's only responsible for one death, right?
It's fair.
2 deaths?
Yeah.
1 death. She's only responsible for one. But yeah, I just wasn't in it. I wasn't in it for this movie, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't dislike it. Like, it's not like I was like, oh, that's the worst fucking movie I've ever seen.
No, like it's
right. Yeah,
it's
Titan AE.
It wasn't Titan AE bad, but it was just like Titan AE at least kept my attention a little bit more. But this movie, this was definitely better than Titan AE. It had better production, and Titan AE is a movie what comes out 10+ years later, like
7, 8 years later.
Yeah, and like this movie had better production, better animation, better everything. It's just for some reason it's just like it just kind of moved too slow for me. I feel like maybe they could have cut some time, maybe, but like if they wanted a theatrical release, they needed it over an hour.
And
So
it honestly would have been better off just as like 3 episodes of the animated series,
or like a 2 or 3-parter for sure.
Yeah, actually like left you on cliffhangers at times, and it was like
Episode 1, you go to a point where Batman meets up with what's her name? Episode 2 is their backstory, and then episode 3 is the wrap up of the 3-parter.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where I think it could still work as a movie, not necessarily cutting it down, but I think it needs to there needs to be some like restructure to it.
Yeah.
Because I think like the biggest issue I had was like the dual timelines just didn't always make sense. And like if you just happen to look away for a second, like you might not realize that you're 10 years in the past versus present. Especially a little bit later in the movie when all the characters are involved again. The only giveaway is Alfred. His hair is black in the flashbacks and gray in the present.
Yeah.
Because like everything else is just kind of the same, other than when Bruce is not being Batman. Because like he's doing like just the kind of vigilante thing for a little while with like ski masks and shit. Excuse me. But I think like if they did a better job kind of like separating that and making it flow a little better, and again like maybe have the Joker appear as like just a cameo, just as a like, hey, the Joker, and then like, but like let the Phantasm be the antagonist. Like don't flip the fucking thing in the last 10 minutes to make the Joker the antagonist, because that's kind of what ruined it for me. Mostly was like, oh, there was really no reason to have this character here at all. Like literally, she did nothing for the movie. It was the Joker all along.
Yeah.
But like they did end up using like the character was at least popular, I guess, enough that they like brought her into the comics. Like Andrea Belmont and Phantasm and stuff have been in the comics since the 90s. So there's that. But yeah, not the best, not the worst.
No.
Are we doing Iron Giant next, Drew?
I mean, it's not like proper streaming anywhere.
It's on Archive.
It is. I do have 2 other potential thoughts.
Okay.
And I'll leave it up to a group vote, because one is like borderline if it's animated or not. And I know it's definitely come up at times, but I don't think we've ever watched it, which is A Scanner Darkly.
I couldn't find that anywhere.
It is on YouTube.
Really?
I think. When I searched. Yeah, it's just on YouTube.
Like the whole movie?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
For free. Or we stick with HBO Max and Puss in Boots.
Apparently that's very good.
The last time I was playing Clock Tower, there was discussion of like what's the I think it was just the Shrek was being talked about, and we're like, oh well, if you count Puss in Boots is the best Shrek movie.
I think it's specifically the most recent one. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is the one that people like legitimately think is like a good movie.
Oh, I thought they were talking about.
I don't know for sure about the first one. I'm actually looking them both up now. Like none of them are Paddington levels good.
I was actually like trying to come up with movies to suggest to you, and one of the movies I was going to suggest was The Road to El Dorado.
Oh, that with the meme.
Yes, the meme.
Both is good.
I thought I had another one that I
All
was
right.
going to suggest
So
as well.
the 2011 Puss in Boots, 85% on Rotten Tomatoes reviewer, 68% audience score. The Last Wish, which was the sequel, 95% Rotten Tomato reviewer, 94%
Yeah, look at that.
viewer score. Also, just to throw it back out there, I looked. Apparently, the Iron Giant is on something called Howdy, and Amazon has a 7-day free trial for it. So any one of the three works for me. What do you guys think?
Wait, it's your choice.
I fucking don't care.
Roll,
um,
assign some numbers, roll a die.
Wait, is there a roll thing in Discord chat?
I don't know.
I don't think in mine. Just do it on Google. Roll a
Oh.
3-sided die. Roll a 6. I said 3.
There's no such
Oh.
thing.
Didn't work. Okay. Well, all right. If what is this Amazon thing on Amazon saying?
So the Iron Giant, it's on Howdy, which apparently has a 7-day free trial.
Or let's do that because I've never seen Iron Giant.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Like, I saw it when I was like a child, and I remember it being like a good movie.
I distinctly try to pick things I've never watched, unless like we're in a category where it's like, no, people need to watch this thing specifically. Yeah. So I try to stick with things that I've not watched. So yeah,
I usually try to grab things I haven't seen in a long time, at the very least.
Yeah,
like Batman. It's just like, hey, like this is probably not bad at the very least, and it's Batman, so why not? But cool. All right, so we'll do Iron Giant on Howdy, or you can also rent it for $3.99 on Amazon if you don't want to get a. Just keep in mind it's a 7-day trial, so don't sign up for the trial until you're ready to watch it.
I mean, I will say it's only $2.99 if you.
Oh yeah,
get it.
I do think that's funny that it's you can rent it for $3.99, or you could just subscribe to Howdy for $2.99.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like I'm going through like Howdy's like catalog because I was like, what the fuck is Howdy?
Yeah, I've never heard of Howdy.
And it's like it's got some interesting like the TMNT, the animated TMNT movie from 2007 is on there. It's got Sinners on here, which just came out.
It looks
The
like it's got The
Minecraft
Pursuit
movie.
of Happiness.
Yeah.
And The Lake. So I'm basing this strictly off of just the image on Amazon. So
I'm like going through their Prime Video like page.
It looks like Shaft might be on there, the Samuel L. Jackson one, and The Lake House with Keanu Reeves. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So like it's actually it looks like it's got some good. Like I don't watch movies enough to keep it, but also at the same time, $2.99. Like
that's not a bad way if there's something you want to watch, like, and it's on there. Be like, cool, I'll pay $3 for this for a month, and like maybe get a couple movies out of it.
Like I was looking into seeing if I could get a Paramount subscription because I never actually watched through all of
Paramount.
Can I finish my statement before I say I wasn't going to fucking do it? I wanted to watch through all of the Transformers movies. I never did it when I did have Paramount.
So are they only on Paramount?
It's only on Paramount, as far as I can tell. And I was like, do they even have like a month trial? Even if they had a week trial, I'd watch them all in a week if that's all I had. But no, fuck Paramount. I never actually had Paramount. It was my brother's, and he dropped it as soon as they fired Colbert. So he dropped it like once they announced that Colbert's show was ending. He dropped it. He was like, "Fuck that shit." Like, I mean,
they had it mostly for the kids anyway, right?
They had it for Nickelodeon and stuff, but yeah,
that's what I meant. Like, because I know like Nickelodeon had, and like a bunch of kids content was on Paramount.
Oh shit, they have Mickey 17 on Howdy. That movie like just came out.
That was like 2 years ago.
That was last year, 2005, 2025.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, it feels so much longer than that. Like if you would told me that movie was 2022, I would believe you. Yeah, look at that, March 2025. Shit. All right. Well, Iron Giant in 2 weeks on Howdy.
I gotta watch it. There's so many movies I want to watch.
Instead, you just keep watching MCU movies.
Look, it's only one a week that I'm watching.
know.
I have plenty
I'm
of time
kidding.
to watch others. This week I actually was like I should watch them. I've been in that like I should start watching 2 a week, or I should just watch them until I don't want to watch them each week. Because like I'm getting into I'm in phase 3. I just watched Spider-Man: Homecoming, and so like I'm coming up to Endgame, Infinity War and Endgame. And like I'm getting excited to get to this point. I'm also getting like nervous because after probably after Endgame, I think I've only ever seen every movie at that point once. And like I'm getting nervous to the point of what am I going to think about those ones? Like I really did not like Black Widow. Are my opinions going to change
That's fair.
since and stuff like that? So it's like I'm getting both excited and nervous. Like maybe going into Wakanda Forever, having had known about it, will change my opinion on it. But also, I'm not looking forward to that 3-hour movie.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You see, fucking Doomsday is like 3 hours.
I'm not surprised. They have
Neither am I,
a
but
cast
ugh.
list of 30 fucking people.
Yeah, it's 3 hours. Every actor is going to be in it for 37 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
But
They
shall we move
released
along?
they released the trailer, the first trailer for Doomsday the other day.
Yeah, I didn't care enough to look at it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Walnut. Like
Huh.
almost all the Transformer movies are on Pluto. It seems.
Is there one that's not on? Are there any that's not on Pluto?
Age of Extinction, I think, wasn't.
That's the one with the Dinobots, though.
There's like 3 with Dinobots now.
Well, the T-Rex. It's the first one with the Dinobots.
It's Last Night.
That's the one I haven't. That's one of the 3 I haven't seen before.
Isn't that the one that no one likes though, too?
Does anyone like any of them?
I
Yeah,
liked them. I thought they were all good movies. Like I did not hate them.
I thought after the second one, it was shit. Like I thought people shit on all of them.
The third one was actually pretty bad, but I think it was actually the Mark Wahlberg ones where they were a little more hit or miss on them. Like I feel like Age of Extinction people didn't hate. They just it didn't do great because people were burnt out on Transformers. But like the Bumblebee movie was actually really good.
Yeah, and then they kill Bumblebee in I believe Rise of the Beast.
Last Night is on Prime.
Okay,
it's actually not even on Paramount, or it's on both.
But which one has the 1985 animated movie? The only Transformers movie that matters.
You know what? Actually, hold on a minute. I want to be honest. I've never seen that.
I forgot it even existed.
I did also forget it existed. I was looking through a list.
No one has it for free.
Yeah.
According to Google, I'm willing to rent it. Y'all know I'm willing to rent it.
I might be willing to pay the $2 to rent that on YouTube.
It's $3. It's $3.99, but still,
the Google search just said $1.99 for.
On YouTube. Oh, I clicked Prime.
I'm checking just.
Oh, okay. It's standard definition $1.99 on YouTube or $3 in HD on YouTube. $5 for the Ultra HD.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, Amazon's the same thing. $2.99 if you want to watch it in standard definition. $3.99 for HD. I would honestly, I'd pay $4 to watch the Transformers movie.
I'd be down for that.
You know what? Yeah, honestly, it's a thing I've never watched and probably should have.
Yeah,
I mean, we could just do both. I'm also down for both.
No, we'll just do the one.
We can try to do both. I will definitely watch Transformers. I already forget. Oh, Iron Giant is the one.
You're like, I already forget the other one I picked. Holy shit! Leonard Nimoy's a voice in the Transformers movie, and Orson Welles. I did not know that.
Orson Welles is fucking Optimus Prime.
No, he's Unicron.
No, I was gonna say.
Wait, no. Right.
If anything,
Cullen is Optimus.
Yeah, because all the other characters are like they're cartoon people, and then I wonder who Leonard Nimoy is in it.
Galvatron, which I believe is isn't that resurrected Optimus? No, that's Rodimus Prime. Never mind.
Rodimus isn't resurrected Optimus though either, isn't he? The totally different character.
Well, Optimus dies and then Rodimus comes in because and I think the resurrection. I'm mixing that and the second Transformers movie from the original Transformers. I know Optimus dies, is all I know. And Rodimus comes in. Played by Judd Nelson.
Interesting. But yeah, okay. So we're switching it up. We're going to do Transformers, the movie from 1986 with We Got the
How the fuck is
Touch.
this not in... I was looking at a list of animated non-Disney Transformers was not in this list at all. There's like fucking 200 movies in this list.
Yeah, that is a movie that made children just bawl their eyes out in 1986 because they killed Optimus.
Oh, never mind. It was on somehow skipped over. I was like, I don't remember seeing that on this list. I probably just scrolled just fast enough that I skipped right over it, like as I was scrolling.
It happens. All right. Well, we got that done. So moving along.
I'm just real quick looking at Paramount Pluses. You're right. The one Transform the last night or whatever Transformers movie, not on Paramount Plus. It's the only one. Even the animated Transformers movie that is a prequel to all the Transformers movies is on Paramount Plus, but that one isn't.
That's funny.
I don't know why. That's weird.
Weird licensing rights. It's the same way that like HBO technically owns the Harry Potter movies, but there were like 3 years where they were only available on Peacock.
Well, I think there's also in that movie, there's other like Hasbro toys within that movie so probably licensing for that or references to Hasbro toys or other Hasbro toys. I can't remember for sure. I remember somebody making a big thing about it, but I don't know. All right, Cobb, you played a bunch of games. Or you played demos.
I played demos. I played 3 demos for 3 very different games. So the first one was Blood Dungeon, which is from the people that did Nidhogg, which, Drew, I know you're familiar with Nidhogg.
Okay.
It's a roguelike, sort of, kind of, by those guys. Aesthetically looks a lot like Nidhogg. Your character can basically just climb any surface, which was really cool. And it's basically like auto attack. Like when I was playing, the demo is a little constrained because it's a demo. But I picked the barbarian from the 2 character options I had, and when I enter like the 1 level that's available, it like a sword just kind of spins around me on like a little bit of a timer. So like it spins for like 3 seconds and then it goes away and then it comes back like after 2 seconds. So there's a little bit of a timing to get away from enemies and stuff like that because your weapon isn't just always available to you. But as you kill, yeah. Actually, that's a good example. But then like as you level up, it definitely like you can level up the sword so it does more damage. It seems like it's stayed around a little bit longer. And you get other power ups too. Like at one point, I had the sword plus a machine gun, so like the sword would spin around me, and then I would also just randomly shoot enemies coming from different directions. Yeah, and it was very much like a swarm thing, like Vampire Survivors. And it's the longer you went, the kind of more enemies showed up, and there were like waves. And when it finished, it did a thing I liked where when like a run finished, it would slowly fill in the map of the level for like kind of where you went and how much you uncovered of it, and then like show you like how many things you killed and if you did enough to like unlock like new power-ups while in the dungeon. And then you also get currency, which is bones that you can go buy stuff with, that are like permanent unlocks, and like other things that will just get added into the potential upgrade pool. Rich, were you going to say something?
No, it's 2D platformer Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Whereas Vampire Survivors is top down. This is 2D platformer. And like it's heavier on the platforming than like you might think too, because like I said, the character can just climb everything. So from the very beginning, you can just jump up and you'll just like grab onto like ceilings, and like you can like spider crawl around everything. There are a few spots where if you go through like a certain gateway, the gateway locks behind you, so you can't go back through it, which, you know, could potentially fuck you depending on like where the enemies are. There are enemies that once you hit them, they get like a little countdown and explode. So you can kind of like, I actually did this a couple times. You can wait until there's a big horde around them, hit them, and then get the fuck out of Dodge. And those enemies will take out other enemies too. It was cool. I don't know that it's definitely not a game that I would buy to play. But I think for people that like enjoy roguelikes, I think it's got like good, quick gameplay. And assuming there's enough like versatility to it, because the demo only had 1 arena available that you could go into.
But I could tell from like running around the kind of like the staging area that there were definitely more paths to explore. I think it could be cool for people that are into those games. Plus, like, and frankly, like the Nidhogg style, it's very like it's weird looking, but like it's a fun style, and their like physics and the way everything moves around, like they're very good at that stuff. So yeah, Drew, I feel like it's probably something you would enjoy.
Yeah, I pulled it up on the Steam page there. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this art style on it, but I might
I
at least
do
check
not
it
like
out.
the art.
Yeah,
I do not like the art. It pushed me away so fast. Like I'm like it's a cool concept, but I hate the art.
if it looked like Nidhogg, I'd probably be way more into it.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I'd say it's worth checking out the demo since it's free. So you can at least see if like anything appeals to you. But yeah, so I did that, and then I also tried the demo for 1666 Amsterdam, which was another game that they showed off back during Summer Game Fest. It was the one that had seemed to have like the witches in like the 1600s and some stuff in like present day. The demo, unfortunately, well, I guess actually up front, I looked into it after I played the demo and found out that apparently this game got called out for using like generative AI like placeholder stuff. Might not be in the demo, but they like it was at least determined that they did use it. And the company has since come out and like apologized and promised it wouldn't be in the final game and they weren't using it anymore and all that stuff. Whether that's true, who knows? I didn't know it like before playing the demo. Unfortunately, the demo is a little bit like it's a little lackluster. It makes it look like the game could be cool, but you don't really get to do anything to get a feel for what the gameplay is. Because when it shows you, like at the end of the demo, the game shows you like there's combat and there's like all sorts of other stuff to do. The demo is just like a walking simulator, and like not the best one at that. You play as 3 different people throughout it. It's like a 30-minute demo. It starts out in the 1600s where you're playing what I assume is a witch. And you're just like walking into a clearing with a tree where there's some sort of ritual going on. And it's like basically the game just showing you like how to move around and how to do the like focus in to then like draw life force out of something and then use that to cast spells. But it's not like magic attacks or anything like that. You just focus on the object it tells you to, and it just does the thing to it automatically, essentially. And then the second little bit is you're playing a college age girl in the present day, going to meet with some sort of professor at like a university that knew her dad as you're trying to like uncover some weird historical shit, and these weird clues that her dad left her. And then it jumps to the year 1999, where you're now the dad and you're playing him as he's telling a story about sorry, I'm trying to think of the way to say it. Basically telling the story about how he got wrapped up in all this weird magic shit, and it ends with him turning into a cat and then like getting transported back in time. So it's really weird. It had like some cool like atmosphere to it, and I liked some of the ideas that the story was showing, but you didn't really get a good idea for gameplay. You just kind of got, like I said, weird walking simulator with some like creepy imagery. And if the game's using AI to like do its artwork, then that's a big negative for it as well. Which is a bummer because like it could have potentially been a kind of a cool game.
What was this called again?
1666 Amsterdam.
Are they using AI stuff?
Apparently they were, at least during development, and came out and like said they were no longer using it and that it would not be in the game.
Yeah, that's always like, because like Expedition 33 had a little bit of a thing when it first came out that there was one piece of art that was used as a placeholder that was apparently AI, but they didn't know it was AI, supposedly. So it's always like, it's something you have to, like, if they knew that they were using AI artwork as placeholders or anything, then it's like, yeah, no, fuck you. But if they didn't know they were using it, then it's like, all right, do I believe you? Maybe. Like, yeah. I believe Expedition 33. I believe that they didn't realize what they were doing. Like, because it was probably just a thing they got off the, it was a single piece that they got off the shop. But if it's like multiple pieces, then that's a little bit more fishy.
Yeah, and like there's like I don't know, and it was one of those things where the game didn't blow me away enough that I really wanted to look into it. But I thought I would still mention it because, like I said, like it seems like it could be a cool game, but the demo just didn't do much to show that off. So who knows? We'll see when it comes out. Now the last one I actually really liked. It's called Lily's World. It's like a psychological adventure game or psychological thriller adventure game with some like horror elements. And it plays like an old school like point and click adventure, like Monkey Island sort of stuff or whatever. It starts out and you boot it up and it looks like an old computer, and you actually have to like type in a password to it. And you have to actually click on the password helper thing to figure out what the password is to log into this computer. And then you get in there and you read like an email that you sent to somebody that you basically, the character that you're playing is essentially like a trash picker and apparently has furnished most of their house with things they've picked out of the trash, including this laptop that they found that is from 2004. That still works somehow. And it's 2026 for them in the game. So that was wild that a laptop in the trash was still working after 22 years. But as you click around, like you find out that like this laptop belonged to like a girl in 2004. And like just some weird shit was going on. Seems to be like with some sort of like cult and stuff like that like the girl's mom kind of forced her into, but then the girl got sucked into it. And so as you're like clicking around on this like fake computer, you're reading like emails that were sent. You have like AIM messages basically from like her friends from high school. And you can see that there was like a falling out with like her best friend. There was one cool part where when you open that message, that friend's profile was still online. And you can't type a message, but there's just an option to send a message with, do you know who this account belonged to? And the friend just responds, is this some sort of sick joke? And that's kind of the end of it in the demo. But then you find this like journal that the girl was keeping. And in one of them, she talks about dress up games, which like old like Flash games where you could like drag different outfits onto like people. And how like she found one she really liked, and when you go into that and like you drag stuff around, like the computer starts glitching out on you, and there's like this one really creepy moment where like a text pad opens up and it starts typing like messages to you. But then when you finish it, you get like this link at the bottom for the company that the girl is, or the cult basically that the girl keeps talking about in like different messages. When you click on it, it actually opens fucking YouTube on your computer, like. Huh. But like I was sitting here playing it earlier today, and I clicked on this thing because I thought it was just going to open it up in like the fake browser in the game because I had already done that. Like there was like a fake MySpace and shit like that. But no, it fucking opened up to YouTube, and there's an actual video about this company that they put on YouTube with like an actress. And like it actually threw me off for a second because I'm just sitting here looking at the game, and my other monitor suddenly Chrome opens up and YouTube comes up. It was just. Like it's unfortunately only a demo, so it was 30 minutes, I guess, of like clicking around and reading stuff, but it was like a really interesting story, and I want to know where it goes. Because it does have like this weird kind of creepy, like what happened to this girl vibe. Because where basically once you get through everything you can read in the demo about it, all you know is that at some point this girl moved. Didn't tell any of her friends where she was going to, and just sort of disappeared off the face of the earth. So curious. And I think it's supposed to come out this year. It's like it's a single person developing it from what I saw, so it's not even like a big team or anything. But it was pretty cool, and it is one game I actually added to my wish list because I'm definitely going to check it out when it releases. And yeah, those are the games I played.
Sounds interesting. Sounds weird.
Yeah, like it would almost be a cool game to like stream. If you had like the right kind of like mindset for it, because like it was a little creepy, but it's also a lot of reading. And I remember you talking before that like it kind of sucks having to read everything out loud on stream because like there's no voice acting. It's literally you would be like reading emails and shit out loud. So like I don't know how well that would work out.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a really cool demo. Like I said, Lily's World XD is what it's called. and I'm going to check it out when it actually releases.
Nice.
Yeah. What was next? Drew, you saw Catbite and RX Bandits.
Yeah, kind of a rare, only 2-band concert.
Oh, well,
For,
it
like-
was actually only the two of them.
Yeah, it was just the two of them. But it was.
I
a real
just
good
assumed those
show.
were the two that were worth naming.
Nope, literally no one else. Catbite played for like 45 minutes, probably. And then RX Bandits played for like an hour and 20 minutes or something. Who knows? Whatever. They were on. I'm not the biggest RX Bandits person. Like, they're a band I've been aware of for like ever, but never really got into them. It's the 20th anniversary of And the Battle Begun. So they played that whole album in order and then did a 4-song encore.
Okay. Yeah, I actually don't really know the RX Bandits. Like, I know who they are, but I don't really know their music.
So they started as a ska band. They've definitely become like a weird like ska reggae prog band. Like you can still hear the ska and reggae influence in there, but definitely more that prog rock like guitar sound and whatnot in it. They were really cool though, and their bassist just played with so much energy that he was like hard to not watch. But yeah, they're definitely a band I want to go listen to more now. Like I knew one song, which actually they wound up not even playing because it's not on that album. Ruby Cumulus had probably been the one RX Bandits.
Okay.
Yeah, that album was real cool. Their setup was real cool. They actually kept it pretty dark in there while they were playing, and their bassist had the like glow in the dark stars and stickers that like got popular like when we were growing up that you would put on your ceiling or whatever all over his bass.
This office that I'm sitting in has them on the ceiling.
Well, there you go. Yeah, all over the guy's bass, and it was real cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I highly
forget
recommend.
who I saw. Cool. Oh, we saw Flyleaf a few weeks ago, and the bassist for one of the openers, Zana, I think her name was. He had like the neon green bass strings that kind of like glowed in the dark under like the black lights and stuff.
Okay,
they were pretty cool. So it's nice.
Yeah.
And you're right. It is rare to get like just a 2-band concert. It's usually at least 3.
Yeah.
Oh man,
3's the minimum.
Man, so I just mentioned that Flyleaf show. I don't remember the name of the band because they were fucking terrible. But the opener at that show, they weren't playing music. Like the 4 people on stage, the drummer was the only one actually playing what was coming out of the speakers.
Huh.
It looked like the guitar. So like they were playing to a track. Whether any of those guys could actually play those songs, no fucking clue. The drummer seemed to actually be drumming. Like that's a little harder to fake because you can actually see them hitting the drums, and drums are loud even in a concert. Like you're going to hear that noise. Right. But like watching the bassist and the guitarist, like they were playing the most basic things. Like the guitarist, like not that you guys, this means anything to you guys, but like he was basically playing in probably drop D, which means you can play like regular chords in drop D, but like they're a little harder to do. Or you can play power chords with a single finger, because once you put it in the drop D, your power chord just becomes the top 3 strings, all in one fret. That's what he was doing. Okay. He was just playing like 1-string power chords every song. That's all he did. And like that is not the music that was coming out of the speakers at all. So yeah, and like the singer, not very good. Pretty sure he wasn't singing. Like I was actually, so Erica was up in the balcony. I was actually standing down on the floor. V was there with one of her friends, and I was talking to them between it, and she's like, they weren't singing, like they weren't doing anything. I'm like, okay, cool, it wasn't just me, like they really weren't doing anything. And then Erica texted me, she's like, none of them were doing anything, they were all just like miming. I'm like, okay, no, yeah, these guys actually just sucked. Was it
Zana, Wolves at the Gate, or Heal the Hurt?
Zana is the good one. They were the middle band where the bassist had stuff. The Philly show had a different lineup, I think, than like every other show, because the one before Philly, I think, was North Carolina, and they played with Smile Empty Soul. I think the band was called Mitch with a Y that opened, and I think that might have been the only date they were doing with them. But yeah, they were not good at all. So sometimes 2 bands, not a bad thing.
No, yeah.
Do you have any concerts coming up this week?
No, actually, it's the first week. Well, not that, but the last couple weeks or but the next one is Iron Chic at Spruce Street Harbor Park.
Oh, nice. We were talking. There's a band called Wild Pink that's playing there on Thursday that we were kind of like considering going to maybe because it's like it's free.
Double check. You might need to go get tickets for it.
Really?
Even though, the Iron Chic one, I had to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll double check that.
Yeah, like it's just like go sign up and whatever. It's free. It is still free. It's just like they load into
that makes sense.
Dice or whatever. I think it's mostly just to make sure they have stuff like properly staffed there.
Yeah, like you don't want like 8,000 people showing up to get in when it only holds 1,000 or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. But that's also good to know because I did not know that. I've never actually been over there. So
cool little spot.
Yeah, but I've heard it's nice.
Man, this Mitch band must be very new because like their social media sucks. Everything about like
they
their
also
Instagram
came out.
Is, like,
they had the actual worst fucking gimmick. They all came out with like black hoods over their heads and were like positioned in front of like the microphones and at the drum set. And then one of like the techs came out and like took their fucking bags off, shined like a flashlight in their eyes, and then they just started playing or like quote unquote playing. They did no like crowd interaction. They didn't even say who they were. Like
no,
that sounds awful.
Their Instagram has 3, 6, 9, 10 posts on it, and the earliest post is from January of this year. Their like link tree. You click the YouTube and it's 404 not found. Look at their Spotify. Does it even work? Apparently, they get close to 340,000 monthly listens.
That is wild because they were not good. I mean, maybe their recording stuff sounds better because they can't do it live. Who knows?
I wanted to hear a little bit of it just to hear how bad it might have been, or like see if I could find other concerts of it or other videos of it, and I just like can't find anything.
Yeah, just you know what though? You know who wasn't bad? Weird Al. Have you guys ever seen Weird Al?
Yeah, he's so good live.
Yeah, and have you ever heard of Puddles?
Can't say that I have.
Puddles Pity Party was the opener. And that is
the clown, right?
Yeah, the clown. And like it's honestly really funny because this dude comes out in like a classic like old school like black and white clown getup, like face painted and everything, and just immediately starts singing. And like the dude can sing. And he doesn't talk or anything like that during the set, but he has a ton of crowd interaction. And like funny videos and stuff playing like behind. He did the best song he did. It was Stairway to Heaven was the music while he sang the Gilligan Islands theme.
Okay.
As seriously as somebody could possibly sing the Gilligan Islands theme, while behind him clips from the movie Waterworld played.
Those are all words.
But yeah, like he would go down and like pull people up on stage to like do stuff while he was like performing. He was fun. He was actually a lot of fun, and like he was just doing cover songs, but like the dude could sing really well, and they weren't like
that's what he's known for is cover songs. He doesn't have any originals.
Yeah, and like they weren't. I had never heard of him, and found out like after the fact that like lots of people knew who he was.
He's got almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, that's
damn.
Yeah, he's apparently very well known. And I also learned from his show that stress spelled backward is dessert or desserts. But yeah, and then when Weird Al comes out, the last thing he does, so like Tacky is his first song on this tour. As he's like coming through, like he starts the song backstage and basically sings it, making his way to the stage. The last thing he does kind of before coming on stage is actually hits Puddles with a pie. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, he puts on a fantastic show. Just like he's kind of all over the place, does all the costumes. Yeah, it was a good time. And like I think there were like 2 songs that he did that like I didn't really know. One of them was off of like the album from like 10 years ago, Mandatory Fun. I forget what the other one was, but it was just one that like I didn't know well, but like everything else was like all the hits basically. including like a 10-song like montage of hits, because I think he just couldn't fit all the songs he wanted to into his set. So he did like 30 seconds of like every other song that he knew people would want to hear.
Okay.
But yeah, he's fun. I'd never
Yeah.
seen him before. That was the first time. Erica got me tickets for my birthday.
When I saw him years and years ago, we were sat literally one row behind Pierre Robert.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was at the fucking Tower Theater, so that's
Oh,
how
wow.
long ago that was.
Yeah, this was at the Borgata, so like a little bit of a drive to get out there.
Yeah.
But we had really good seats. We were like the very last row, dead center, so it was like easy in and out, but still like a really good view of everything. And during, I forget what song it was. During one of the songs, he basically like walks up and down the aisles, and he basically came all the way down to where we were before turning around.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, it was that was an experience that I'm glad I had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out music's fun. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything else coming up. Oh, yeah, I have the something corporate thing in August.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the 3 pianos. That fucking thing sold out so quickly. All we could get were like balcony seats at the Man,
I believe it.
which like not terrible. Like I'd rather be in the balcony and have a view than like somewhere in the middle where like people are just in front of you and you have no way to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, when was the last time you were up there at the Man?
Or
Or at Skyline for that matter? Like either one of them.
it's been a while.
Oh, so you haven't been there like this year at all?
Nope.
Did you know they completely redid it?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so parking's no longer free. That's a big one.
I did know that.
They actually, so if you're coming from like kind of like the direction of the zoo, where like you basically drive past like the the Please Touch Museum and like through like Fairmount Park to get up there, that one long road that leads up to there, they now stop you like halfway down there to like either pay for parking or like scan your barcode and then direct you to one of the lots. So it actually caused a little bit of like a traffic backup way back there now. But it's at least a little bit easier to find like the different parking. Like they actually have signs now that tell you where the north parking lot is and people to direct you up there if you got that parking. But like the entrance, like when you're walking up, that whole thing is redone. Like right when you get through like the gates and all, completely different. They have all new screens up on like the outside of the actual like pavilion part. Like yeah, it almost looks like a different venue than it used to. They move some stuff around. You know how like the food booths used to be like with their backs facing to the parking lot and the front facing up towards the stairs. They're now on the other side facing you as you come into the gates.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's weird to go there, like because it just looks so different. And they did it like over the winter, so like we were there last September for a concert, and then the beginning of June, and like over the winter they just completely fucking redid the place.
Interesting. Yeah. The last Sad Summer Fest was, I think, the last time I was there, and that was
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, because once they did Warped Tour again, they stopped doing Sad Summer. Also, I think because like the Main has actually been on tours the last 2 years too, and they were one of the people behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Rich, there was a Gluten Free Expo.
Yeah, it's the third year for it. It's held primarily on the East Coast. Let me pull up the website.
That is honestly fascinating.
Why?
I've never heard of this before.
Well, I mean, your algorithm is not going to show you gluten-free stuff.
But still, like that's fascinating that like that's a thing around here. And like cool for like people that can't eat gluten. Like it gives you ideas and shit, right?
So it is. Hold on, let me find where their website sucks. Expo detail. So it is. This is like the third year, and it's generally based in like the Northeast. They have one in Finchburg, Mass for the New England. They have one in Connecticut. They have one in the Meadowlands, and then they have the Philly one over at Oaks. Each year, and it was nothing like I was expecting, to be honest.
Oh.
30
in a good way or a bad way?
A bad way. 30 something bucks to get in. And the it's then you go and you buy gluten-free stuff. It's $35 to get in or whatever, and then
to shop. $35 to shop.
Yeah. Now, like, there are, $27 or I don't 20 something dollars. 20, it's like almost $30 to get in just to shop. And now most of the places they do have free samples. However, I am tired of granola. There's a lot of granola there. And we got there at around 2:00, and now I can't blame them for the fact that they ran out of stuff. The pretzel guys that I go to, they were gone before I even got there. So they had been baking pretzels since 1:00 in the morning, or 2:00 in the morning, according to their Instagram. They were gone before we even got there. There were people. It felt like I was at a comic book convention, because like people will go with full ass suitcases full of comics to get signed and shit. People were rolling around with giant ass fucking coolers to buy shit and put into their coolers, which I'm like, that's excessive. Like, none of it was frozen stuff or was freezer stuff, so you didn't need that. But it was like there were some samples, but like I was expecting to go in, and I paid $30 to get here, and hey, this place is a sandwich place that does all gluten-free stuff, and here's like a sample of a sandwich. Or
that's honestly what I thought when you said it was like a gluten-free expo, like different like places that make food, and like not just a grocery store with gluten-free food.
Yeah, and like it's like there were a few bakeries there. I expected the bakeries to be like, here's some samples of what we have. There was one bakery that had all of their lineup as samples, and then they were selling it as well. The rest of the bakeries there, you just had to go and buy it. And the lines were long as hell to like buy some of the stuff. Now, it looked really good, but the problem is most of these places weren't local.
Well, like I said, worse.
Like I said, this is like an East Coast thing. Places were from Rhode Island, from Massachusetts, were from Virginia, shit like that. Now they'll ship to like nationwide or whatever, but they're not like. I was expecting to go. Now there's a pizza place I go to called Barclay's Pies. I was expecting to go there and see. And now, obviously, I wasn't expecting to see Barclay's Pies, but I was expecting to see Barclay's Pies there giving away samples of their gluten-free pizza, saying, "Hey, we have gluten-free." Mozzarella sticks, pizza, this, that, you should come to us. Here's a sample of what we've got to get me to go there. I was expecting local places. There's a bar in South Philly near the stadiums that is specifically gluten-free. Everything is gluten-free there. I was expecting to see them. There's a place out in hold on. Let me figure out where they are again. Out in Bryn Mawr called Flakely, which does all sorts of gluten-free breads and pastry stuff like that. I was expecting them to be there to be like, hey, here's samples of what we've got, so you can come. That we ship nationally, or you can come to our storefront. Like, I was expecting that. Flakely wasn't there. The Barclay's Pies wasn't there. The other local gluten-free bakeries that I know of around here weren't there. Like, it was none of it. There were only a handful of like local places, and then everything else were other East Coast locations. On top of that, there were national brands that were there. They're like national gluten-free brands that are already in grocery stores that we already know about. So it's like, I know about this shit. I don't need that here. And then the thing that drove me the most nuts were there was we do what was it? Dip company. So like if you're making like chip dip, all you need to do is get sour cream and you put this dip mix in there. That shit's already naturally fucking gluten free. Hold on. It gets better. Maple syrup. There was a maple syrup place there. That shit's naturally gluten free. Why was there a maple?
I was waiting for like the
there?
Punchline there. Like, is maple syrup not gluten free?
No, that is the punchline. Maple syrup was at the Gluten Free Expo. Like, it's already gluten free. I don't need to know that your maple syrup's gluten free because there's no way to get gluten-full maple syrup unless you fucking put it in there. There was a line for fucking lemonade. I'm like, why? Why is there there was somebody who was selling pesto. Like, this is the Gluten Free Expo, and like a lot of it was gluten free and other allergy free things. And the pesto was a pesto made without the pine nuts. Not don't get me wrong, the pesto was very fucking good. But there was somebody doing chocolate milk or hot chocolate mix and shit like that too, and I'm just like, I don't understand. I was disappointed. Like I went in there expecting to get like a ton of like free samples from a bunch of different places and walk away. Like that's what I was told. Like from the pretzel guys, like, yeah, there's free samples all over the place. People giving them away. This that you'll learn. You'll be able to like find out what's around us. And like the best thing I got from there was Harvest was there, and they're having they are very gluten-free friendly kitchens. And they're doing a whole gluten-free day in August at their restaurants. And they were giving away like it was like some sort of like marinated salmon meal on top of like tortilla chips. And it was really good. It was the only real food I got. The rest of it was dessert shit and granola. Like I went there expecting
that does
to
suck. Like,
yeah, I went there expecting to have had food. I didn't have a lot of money to spend. I wasn't expecting to have to spend a lot of money. I was expecting to go from booth to booth trying food and eating it and being full.
That is
by the
what I would
time
expect too. Like a bunch of different samples with them selling like the actual either ingredient or like, hey, here's like a booth with cookies made with like this very specific like type of gluten-free flour or something.
Yeah.
And like, here's our flour for sale. It's $20 a bag. Try a free cookie.
Yeah, and like they had what was it? I can't remember what flour brand it was, but they had one of the flour brands there, and they have all pre-mixed bag stuff for like their different baked items. And I was like, I was like, it's nice to be able to try the bread here, but like I've seen you everywhere. I don't need to see you here. Like I'm not here to buy flour brands because I see them at the grocery store. It's common enough that name brands are at the grocery store at this point. I want to know what local restaurants are doing for me. I want to know where I can eat. Like, there's a chicken place called Lovebird Cafe that's based in Pennsylvania, in that general area, that like would have made so much sense for them to be able to go to Oaks and show people what they have. They weren't there, and now I don't know if either the holders of the convention know about Lovebird. And I think it's a Lovebird. Or was it Bluebird Cafe? Hold on, I have to remember what it's called now. Maybe it's Bluebird Cafe.
That name sounds familiar.
I'm looking it up. It is Lovebird, but it's one word, not two. I searched Love Space Bird. It's just Lovebird Cafe, and their locations like Bluebell, Bryn Mawr, Doylestown, Newtown, like that's all around Oaks or not too far from Oaks. They could have easily sent a team out to Oaks and been like, "Hey, we make this fried chicken. Here's samples of our fucking fried chicken. Come get our fried chicken." Like that's what it should have been. And it's just like it was, and it was just I was shocked to see how many people were there. Our tickets were for 1:00. And we got there at 1:30, and the line was still out the door to get in, which was nuts to me. Like we're a half hour late for our ticket time, and it's like still wait. People are still waiting to get inside. It was a disappointment. Like one of the places was like they were selling tacos, and it was like it wasn't hey come try our tacos. It was hey come buy our tacos. I'm like to be honest, I don't need a taco place at the gluten free expo because 99.9% of tacos are already gluten free anyway. Like
not if you do them right.
Most tacos are made with corn tortillas, especially street corn or street tacos. There's like coffee shops there, and I'm like, coffee's gluten free. Like I don't need you to put gluten free on the label of your fucking coffee. There was a place giving away free samples of rum cake, but and that was good. But again, like I've had it before. My mom had found it at a farmer's market, and she said that the price at the farmer's market was like at least $5 cheaper at the market than it was at the expo. Which is like I spent $30, so total of about $60 for me and my mom to go, and then you wanted us to spend more money. That's frustrating. It's so annoying. Like the companies there, in my opinion, should be doing all free samples. They should be they should come with a stock and being like, "Hey, here's what we've got. If you like it, here's our card. You can buy it." Everything should have been free within there because this is a marketing opportunity for you to market to people to order your food for your national delivery service. But also, there should have been way more places there that were local. Most of the places weren't local. That was the other.
It's definitely I agree. Like, even if not every place does like samples and stuff like that, I get it. But something like that, you kind of expect to be able to try something, even if it's just small little samples.
Yeah,
because that's how you convince people to buy your shit.
Yeah,
it's not, hey, here, buy this $10 sandwich and then come come subscribe to our fucking meal prep program or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and stand in line to come up to your booth at a bakery to buy something I don't know how it's going to be. I'll stand in line and wait to get a sample for sure, but I'm not going to stand in line to buy something that I've never had before. So give me a sample, let me know what your food tastes like, and then I'll for sure maybe buy something if I've got the money. But yeah, it was a pain. I was just so frustrated seeing the national brands there too, and this stuff's already in grocery stores. I don't need to see these here. Yeah,
you kind of expect them to be there in some form, but it sounds like that was more.
There were more. There were more there than I was expecting.
Yeah.
I'm not to say that there was it was half. It was more than half, or even a quarter. But there were more there than I was expecting. Is more of the issue. There were so many there that I'm I've seen you at ShopRite or at Wegmans or here or there. I've seen you. You're the most well known. I was there for local, and there wasn't a lot local, and it was a bummer. I wanted food too. I was hungry. I went to a food expo expecting to leave full, and I left more hungry than I was when I got there.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Well, at least you don't have to go back.
Well, I mean that's the thing. If they do media passes and stuff and creator passes, I was too late to apply for one this year. I'll try to apply for one next year.
I mean, you do that gluten-free baking stream every year.
What's that?
Yeah.
You do a gluten-free baking stream every year.
Yeah, I do. So I just too late to apply for it this time. But I'll probably apply for it again next year and see. But it'll probably be a day of situation of do I want to try to go or not? Do I have anything going on that day? I'm not going to go out of my way to go, but if I don't have anything going on, now that I've been there, I'll know what to expect in a sense, and maybe have more money to be able to buy the stuff. But I was just I was so frustrated at that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound awesome.
No.
Well, that might be a show.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I also have to sneeze. I'm trying not to.
I've been the same for 5 minutes.
All right, I sneezed. I don't know if that was the only one. Feels like it might not be. You son of a bitch. All right, no, I think that was it. Cool. If you'd like to find more of our content, you can head over to www.one-quest.com. You can also find us, or you can also help us by supporting us at patreon.com/onequest. If you can't support us there with your dollars, though, you can go to your favorite podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, rate us, review us, subscribe to us. Those things all help. You can also find us on social media, facebook.com/onequestonline or at @1_quest on Instagram and Twitter. And our Blue Sky is at one-quest.com. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/onequestvideo. And you can always send us an email to social@one-quest.com. And Rich, what is your streaming looking like?
Twitch.tv/b_walnuts for video game streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Dragon Quest Builders and Sea of Thieves and just whatever I feel like playing basically right now. We're just jumping around things and checking things out. I've got nothing serious planned until the next big thing that I really want to buy comes out. Just playing stuff. So come hang out on stream.
Nice. Very nice. And with that, we will be back next week with something else to talk about. Thanks for listening. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.